Hello everyone and welcome to my kitchen for today's recipe. Today I'll be making a seasonal classic. It's the Strawberry Rubarb Cake. Rhubarb is in season right now. It's growing fresh and crisp and big and tall, so you want to use it up and make as much as you can out of it. So we will go in the garden and cut up some fresh stems of rhubarb. So let's get going with me. And look at those beautiful stems right here. We grow some rhubarb in our garden, so if you don't have your own rhubarb in the garden, you can check at your local grocery market or at the farmer's market. Sometimes they sell them there too. So you will need about 4 stems of rhubarb for this cake. Alright, all the leaves are cut off my rhubarb stems and they're ready to be taken inside the house. So we will give them a good rinse to get all the dirt off if there's any dirt on them, and then start with the cake. For the cake layer, we're using half a cup of sugar and 125 grams of melted unsalted butter. Next, we're beating in 2 eggs. With your electric mixer, mix all those ingredients up until you have a nice smooth consistency. Next, we are sifting in 1 cup of flour. And 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now let's add 4 tablespoons of milk. Also 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Alright, let's mix it all up into a nice smooth batter. Our cake batter is all nicely mixed up, so we will now just transfer it to a parchment-lined baking sheet. I'm using a spring form because it holds everything nice in place and it will give you a very smooth edge at the end. We are baking the cake at 365 Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. While the cake is baking, we are going to prepare the topping crumble. So we will use 50 grams of unsalted butter and melt it in a little saucepan. Then add about 1.5 cups of flour and half a cup of sugar. Using a fork, combine all those ingredients until you get little crumbles forming. Now I will go ahead and cut up my strawberries and my rhubarb into small pieces. Our cake is right from the oven, and now we will spread on 750 grams of plain yogurt. Now let's go ahead and sprinkle the strawberries and then the rhubarb onto the yogurt. Alright, now we are taking our prepared crumble and spreading it right on top of the strawberries and the rhubarb. I also sprinkled about 3/4 of a cup of split almonds on top of the crumbles. We will increase our oven temperature to 400 Fahrenheit and put the cake back in the oven for another 15 minutes. The cake is already baked, so now we will cool the cake down to room temperature and then slice into it. The cake turned out amazing, So juicy, so soft, and those almonds on top, they just add that extra kick. So if you like the recipe, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and share to all your friends and family. Thank you for watching.